Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more relationship stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. I mistakenly called the cops on my boyfriend when he had planned a surprise proposal. Now things between us are strained. Am I able to fix this? We have been together for 7 years. We moved in together after 2 weeks and adopted a dog and a couple of cats. Opened a joint bank account, met each other's families, merged our friends into one tribe. It has been 7 really good years. I'm happy. I'm not one of those people that need to be married. I don't need a ring, a ceremony, a piece of paper to commit my life to the one person I love beyond all others. I'm his wholly and completely. That isn't to say I'm against marriage, because I'm not, but getting a ring on my finger is not a priority for me. When I have thought about it, I imagine a small wedding with our parents, maybe our siblings, and the efficient. Barefoot on the beach, no fuss, nothing elaborate, something simple that we could throw together ourselves. Then off to a place we could relax, eat and drink without the formalities. If I had a dream wedding, it would be that or something similar. Back in July, my boyfriend was acting cagey. I knew he was up to something and trying to hide it. He's no good at trying to keep something under wraps. He's one of those people that even though they don't say anything, act like they have a secret. I wasn't worried about his secret because I knew he would tell me eventually. I was thinking he was going to surprise me with a weekend getaway because I had been working long hours for a couple of months and that's the kind of thing he does. One night I arrived home from work and his car wasn't in the drive, the house was dark, and the front door was wide open. I sat in the street watching the house for a couple of minutes. There was no movement, no lights in the windows, nothing. I called my boyfriend 4 times, no answer. That wasn't like him. 1 missed call, sure. 4 missed calls, no, so I called the cops. I was still on the phone with emergency services when they arrived. They came over to me. I gave them a rundown on what I knew, which was nothing, and they went into the house. A few minutes later, one of them came out and asked me to go in with them. They led me through the house to the back patio. I had flipped the lights on as I entered and saw that a tray of rose petals took us right out the back, where my boyfriend, wearing a tux and handcuffs, was sitting at a patio table that was set beautifully for dinner. It goes without saying that the surprise proposal was ruined. It has been about 7 weeks since. Things are not good between us. It was a simple misunderstanding on my part. My boyfriend thinks I called the cops because I knew he was going to propose. He thinks that I don't want to marry him, but instead of saying that, I found a way to make sure I wouldn't have to. We have discussed us getting married exactly once, and that was in our first year of being together. I remember the conversation word for word because it was only a handful of words. Him, would you wear my ring? Me, yeah. Him, when? Me, surprise me. That was the extent of a discussion about marriage. I don't know how I was supposed to know he was going to ask 5 weeks ago from a half-assed conversation from 6 years ago. I know I heard him and I've apologized for doing so. He refuses to see how it came about that I called the cops. He went to his parents that night because he was upset. Then came home an hour later because they thought it was hilarious. Everyone he tells thinks I'm funny. He's the one telling people. Before this post, I had not said anything to anyone because I know it upsets him. I don't know what else to do. He doesn't believe me that it was a huge misunderstanding. Am I missing something? Did I break trust or harm him in some way that I'm just not getting? How do I approach this so I can fix it? At this point, I'm thinking of proposing to him so we can move on from this. What the hell? Why would he leave the front door open and have all the lights off? Hello? Like, does he not see a problem with that? I feel like every woman, if they see that at their own home, they're going to be worried. Why is the door open? I'm pretty sure I locked it when I left. How does he think her calling the cops means she doesn't want to marry him? It's just, she was just worried that there was an intruder in the house. It's that simple. Honestly, I think that's pretty funny. Like, everyone thinks it's funny. Everyone that he told thinks it's funny. It is funny. I feel like he should be laughing about it too. Like, oh shit, yeah, my bad. Well, that's a funny story to tell our kids. I don't know why he thinks she doesn't want to marry him because of that. I don't know. But yeah, I guess if he's still sulking, yeah, she should be the one to propose to prove to him that she does want to marry him. Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Why did he leave the front door open? Wide open. She literally has the keys, obviously. Like, he doesn't need to leave the front door open for her to see the petals. She can literally unlock the door herself and then open the door and then see the petals. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. I accidentally had a baby at my friend's house, and now she's pissed. How do I solve this? I have a close friend group consisting of 7 women, including myself. We're all around the same age, 26 to 32. Some of us have known each other since we were kids, and some are closer than others. We do girls' night about every month, but decided to keep it chill and do a movie night at Ella's house, seeing as myself and Sarah are pregnant. I was 36 weeks at the time. I had been having some discomfort for some days. Nothing I wasn't told was completely normal. When things suddenly got kicked up a big ass notch. Things got a bit hazy from there, but I went from discomfort to active labor in a short time. I didn't feel comfortable moving at that point, so someone called our version of 911. With the help of the EMT, my child, with impeccable timing and a flair for the dramatic, was born on her sofa. The girls were amazing, supportive, but when the EMTs came, they did ask most of them to leave, and I was grateful they did, as it was very overwhelming. I only asked Grace to stay, who I've known since we were tiny humans, and at that point I had already crushed her hand, her words. She's also a nurse. The weeks after have been a whirlwind. Despite everything, baby and I are fine. My partner was initially upset she missed her birth, but moved on quickly as she fell in love with our baby. Thing is that Ella has been cold towards us ever since. She's the only one who hasn't come by. When I apologized and thanked her, she sent me a bill for the sofa, which I didn't mind paying at all, but it still felt kind of harsh. Sarah and some of the others said she was upset. I and the EMT sent her outside. I love those girls, but I was already in a panic, and having all of them there was just too much. Ella seems really hurt though. Sarah and Grace mentioned she at first didn't want to leave. I don't remember this, as it's her house, that she wanted to be there when the baby was born. Apparently Sarah's the one who told her it's not about her now and got her out. She did ask months before to be there as well, but we had already decided only my partner was going to be there. I don't really know how to fix this. I feel guilty and my wife says I shouldn't. How do I go about all this? She barely wants to speak to me. She's been distant towards the girls as well. Oh, I can see why she's mad. Or why she's a bit upset. I think it's crazy that they waited until Ella sent them the bill to think about paying for the couch. And it's probably the fact that Ella had to clean everything up herself since it's her own house, right? So this person gave birth and just left, and then Ella was left with a mess. So I find it a bit weird how this person was like, it's a bit harsh that Ella's asking me to pay for her couch. Girl, you ruined the couch, you should be paying for it. I mean, if it wasn't you, your partner should be the one to offer it straight away, right? That's like decent manners. Obviously, you can't help but you give birth, but if you ruin something of someone else's, you should be paying for it. Do you think it's weird that I don't get upset if my husband looks at an attractive woman in front of me? So one of my close friends, Sally, and I were just hanging out and just joking around about previous relationships in our youth and why things never worked out with certain individuals. She then brought up, I hate when I spot my husband oogling a really hot woman in public and then looks away really quickly thinking I didn't see him even though I did. I told her I don't really care about that. Instantly, I felt the vibe change. She asked, so you're telling me if he was staring at a hot woman in public while he's out with you, you wouldn't mind? I told her I think humans see something pretty and therefore it makes them stare a little longer. It's just natural in my opinion. Then she said, so does that mean you let him approach her? You wouldn't mind? It sounds like you'd be totally cool with him cheating on you. That what? Where did she get that from? Being like, I don't care if my partner stares at someone pretty outside is totally different to, I don't care if my partner cheats on me. That's different. I started feeling a little defensive here and I told her I think those are two different things. You can be in a relationship and see a hot man and say damn he's hot and keep walking. I'm a straight woman but I can also appreciate a hot woman too, and I point them out to my husband as well. I will point and say wow that woman's gorgeous, and he will look over and agree sometimes. Then she makes it sound like it's weird that I intentionally point out women for him to stare at and that I must be into some weird shit with him. And I better be careful because I'm giving him the green light to stray, or maybe you don't care if he does. Like, what? She kept making me feel like a freak. I told my husband about it and he just laughed it off and said, it sounds like she's got her own insecurities in her relationship. I think it's cool that you don't get mad about that kind of stuff. And you're right, it's just human instinct to look. I think this person is right. If someone is attractive, you'd glance and look away, right? I think it is natural instinct to see someone hot and attractive and be like, and then you remember that, you know, you don't want to disrespect your partner, so you just look away, right? It's instincts. It's like reflex. Like, I mean, your eyes just go where they want to go, right? As long as you don't keep your stare for like a minute and you're almost breaking your neck over it, then it's fine. As long as he's not like, whoa, I wish you were as hot like her, then that's a problem. But if he just looked, it's fine. You know, he just looked. I bet this woman looks at hot guys too, but she just has double standards and she doesn't want her husband to be looking at hot women. I just know her friend has fought over this topic so many times with her husband. You looked at her? How dare you look at her? Why would you look at her? And then they'll be fighting every single time they go out. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!